Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacqueline. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacqueline at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. Jacqueline KERBECK, and our show today is The Power of Etiquette and Manners. And Mr. Philip Sykes is back. He is here with us today. He is the principal of the British School of Excellence. Let's welcome him to the show. Hi there.
Dr. Jacqueline, what a pleasure. Hello, hello. Ready to rock and roll.
I saw you backstage limbering up, getting ready. I was like, yes, he is psyched.
Getting ready, absolutely. Breathing, getting ready. I love the show. I love it. And I'm just missed the last few weeks, but I know we've had fantastic guests taking the reign and with your wonderful interview techniques and skills. I know the value that our listeners would be absorbing from that is just fantastic.
Well, thank you. We certainly have missed you, and I thank you and Leanne for the fabulous guests that you have brought, and I know we have another one backstage as well. Before we bring her out, Philip, I'm going to spotlight you. You know, we have new platforms now, new radio channels in addition to the television channels, and there are people out there probably joining us for the first time, and they're thinking, what is the British School of Excellence? What do they do there? So please let us know.
A very good day to everyone out there, wherever you are in the world. Here at the British School of Excellence, we change people's lives. How do we do that? Through the power of etiquette, manners, and building your emotional intelligence. That's really it in a nutshell. A lot of people think etiquette and manners are for posh people, or they are old, antiquated things that don't really exist. Well, they exist so much that they stop us bumping into one another. They stop us from making mistakes in our lives. They help us build and earn respect with one another. It's all about how we connect as human beings. How do we engage? If you want to get ahead in this world right now, more so than ever before, I can absolutely assure you the power of etiquette and manners and your emotional intelligence will open doors for you that you will not even begin to imagine. If you really want to understand how to get ahead, learn to communicate, learn to connect with people, learn about the power of your body language, how to present yourself, how to engage with people, how do you make other people feel? And that is just scratching the surface of what we do here at the British School of Excellence. I urge you all to look at the BritishSchoolOfExcellence.com website. If any of you want to engage with us on any level, hello at the BritishSchoolOfExcellence.com. We love engaging in conversations, and we love guiding and steering people, whatever it might be in. Please make contact.
Thank you, Philip. While I have you on Spotlight, can you share some of the course types that you offer there, the names of them?
Absolutely. So we start in no particular order, but let's start from younger to older. Or we have Etiquette, which is a trademark name by the British School of Excellence. Etiquette, looking at working with children roughly from the age of 6 up to around 11 years old, and really giving them some phenomenal tools, little tools, such as helping them start to understand the importance of EQ, helping them to understand the importance of just those pleasantries of please and thank yous, and building from there. Moving into our teenage area, we have mindset and manners, and again working a huge amount on mindset and giving our students, our teenagers, the confidence that they need to take the next step in their lives. We then move into mindset and motivation, mindset and money. Those are 3 amazing products we have for our teenage audience. We then go into the Polished Professional, which is our business etiquette, our social and business etiquette and excellence program. So anybody out there on any level, whether you're a young graduate, whether you're in a current role, you're looking for that promotion, you're setting up your own organization, you run your own organization, the Polished Professional is an outstanding course with huge content and value in it. We then have Train the Trainer, and Train the Trainer is a program which is run over 5 full days of 6-7 hours each day, and this is where we accredit you to become an etiquette coach, but really helping people build their confidence, going out there and helping change lives. That's just scratching the surface in the etiquette arena. Then we have a plethora of emotional intelligence programs. We focus on body language. We focus on presentation skills. We focus on how you present from the front of the room, and so on. Style. How do you pitch up each day? What are you wearing? What fits your physique? What color choice do you choose to make you stand out from the crowd? And that's, again, is just scratching the surface. So lots of things to think about and take on board. And as I said, please do look at our website.
Thank you so much, Philip. I really appreciate that. There's a lot of great quality information that you provided. The website is also so well done, easy to navigate, and people can go there. Not right now, just wait till the end of the show and start signing up for courses. So, Philip, tell us about our fabulous guest, Jacqueline King.
Right. I have had the privilege of getting to know Jacqueline over the last sort of 18 months. An incredible person. She's got over 30 years experience in the medical profession, not only where she comes from, which is Ireland, but the USA and the Middle East. Jacqueline holds many qualifications: St. Vincent's University, University College Dublin, postgraduate diploma from the South Bank University in London. And Jacqueline has had the opportunity, and I'm going to say, I've had the privilege of working with Dr. Jacqueline through our Train the Trainer program. So she is a certified etiquette coach in communication and excellence. And one thing is that through Jacqueline's work, her extensive work in hospitals and primary care, she's become very, very aware of, the importance of induction and communication. What's holding people back? How do people, are they able to put their best foot forward? And Jacqueline has basically set up an organization, Social and Professional Excellence, to support international medical professionals and students working in Ireland, and ultimately to really accelerate their career development. And this is something that I know for a fact that Jacqueline 100% wholeheartedly vindicates and pushes through, is through better communication, smoother transition to that environment, and taking on board just the differences in our cultures, not to change anyone's culture, but the differences, and how to incorporate that into our lives so that we can elevate ourselves to the next level. And without further ado, I'd love to welcome Jacqueline into the room. Very warm welcome.
Hello.
All the way
Welcome.
from Dublin, Ireland.
Hi, how are you both? It's so nice to be here. Dr. Jacqueline, I've watched you so many times, and I can't believe I'm at the other side of this screen today. So thank you so much for having me today. And also to you, Philip, I want to say thank you so much as well. And the day I met this gentleman was a very, very important day. And I must admit, it has actually changed my life for the better in many, many ways. So I'm very happy that I came across the British School of Excellence, and it wasn't something that I stumbled upon. It was something that I researched and I found and I signed up to, and I did the course. And ever since then, my life has actually changed for the better. So I look forward to telling you all about that today.
Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor.
Thank you too.
And I love the conversation we had backstage before the show when you were sharing some of your work as a public health nurse, and I would love if you could just start talking about nursing and why it's so important to you, and then we can move on from there.
All right. Lovely. Thank you for that nice, easy question. I've had a busy morning, and I'm very glad there's no noise in my house because my children have gone on play dates and everybody has been told, no, you can't be here. So I feel very relaxed, and I'm very happy to talk to you today about myself. So I'm a registered nurse. I qualified from St. Vincent's University Hospital in 1994. And after that, I did many other courses, including I worked in theatre, hospital theatre, or an operating room, I think you may be familiar with. I then moved abroad to the Middle East, and I came back and I worked in a hospital theatre. And now I work as a public health nurse, which it would be known as a health visitor in the UK. And what that is really any type of social care, medical care that doesn't exist, that exists outside the hospital. So I would be working in tandem with various other healthcare professionals in a multidisciplinary team aspect. So I'd be working with general practitioners, physiotherapists, occupational therapists, social workers, physios, and psychologists and general practitioners, and so on and so forth. So working as part of a multidisciplinary team, we have to be able to talk to each other, and talk to each other with efficiently, effectively, and, you know, with cultural sensitivity, because we are really working alongside many, many different nationalities. So that's what I do at the moment. I work part-time. I have 3 children, so I work part-time, and I have a husband, so I have to dedicate a lot of my time to them. So that's where I'm working, and I'm really happy there, because it's such a diverse job, dealing with so many different types of people, elderly patients, young patients, new mothers and their newborn babies. And we'd see those newborn babies at birth when they'd come home from the hospital with their mum, and then we'd work alongside the mum and the baby until that baby then reaches the age of 4, and then they move into the school services. So you really are a good link with the family, you're a good link with the baby, and you are supporting them and empowering them to be good parents, and you're working with health promotion and various other aspects of care in the community. So it is a very, very nice job that I can only speak highly of. And I work for the Health Service Executive, which is a government organisation, and that's what I do. So that is the role of a public health nurse in Ireland, which is a very enjoyable job.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you for your service.
Thank you too. Thank you.
And how's that beautiful energy? Do you think Jacqueline's passionate about her job?
I think so. Yes, she is. It's radiating through the screen. It's beautiful.
Listen, stop. No, it's so enjoyable, because you're helping people. And I'm the sort of person that I'm a busy person. And what do they say? If you ask a busy person to do a job, they'll get it done. But I've always enjoyed helping people. And when I was a child in school, I was always called upon to clean the knees of the children who fell in the playground. I was always called, oh, she'll do it. Jacqueline will do it. So it's been always within me to help. And, you know, as a nurse, you're always helping. You're always using the best practice, evidence-based research to provide the best care and to ensure the patient gets the best outcome. And I suppose moving along to my transcultural nursing experience, I was working in a very nice hospital, and a private hospital actually, and I was looking after a gentleman, an elderly patient, and he was going home. He was getting ready to go home. I was organising his clothes and his shoes and giving him all his education, and he's reading the newspaper, and I was at the end of the bed, and I saw this. See the world and get a suntan. Visit Saudi Arabia. Nursing will be there for you, and nursing will be great for you there. So I thought, wow, look at that. So there I was chatting with this gentleman about the fact that I might move to the Middle East and work there as a nurse. And that is what I did. I moved to the Middle East. I moved to Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, which was 10,000 miles away from my life in Ireland. My parents didn't want me to go. They felt the cultural diversity was too different to this Irish upbringing that I had. So off I went anyway and did my own thing. I went on my own. I said, I'm going for a year. And I stayed for 4 years. So that was where I learned how to be a transcultural nurse. And transcultural nursing is really where you are providing culturally sensitive care for a patient. And that is a very, very unique skill, to be able to provide care where you understand a patient, you're designing your care around how they are as people, and that you just have to be very, very culturally sensitive and understand where they're coming from so that you can provide the best version of your care for that person. So I stayed there for 4 years, and that was a very, very enjoyable experience because I learned the language, I learned how to interact with people. I remember going out there and nodding and smiling and just trying to incorporate that speed of trust when you're talking to somebody and you're communicating, but you only have those few seconds. So you have to be warm, you have to be genuine, you have to be sincere. And, you know, if that's in you, that's great. But if that's not in you, then it can be very tricky. But you can learn all these different skills. And with the British School of Excellence, that is what Philip is telling us. We can learn all these skills. We can learn communication skills. We can learn to be the best version of ourselves. And I suppose it was through all that, you know, working abroad, working in primary care, working in hospitals, that when I came back to Ireland, I saw people, healthcare professionals, medical professionals coming to Ireland. And I felt that they were just lost. They were at a disadvantage. They didn't know our culture. They didn't know where we were coming from. They didn't understand our language. They didn't understand us as people. And I said, somebody has to help these people. Of course, we can teach people how to get the bus. There's where you can rent accommodation. But what about immersion into society, immersion into culture? Who's going to help them with that? And that is where my business evolved from. Working alongside empowering healthcare professionals to be the best version of themselves and to excel and reach their full career development. And not only career, but social development, their family development, letting them shine for the best reasons, helping them put their best foot forward by empowering them. And I can do that now because I did Philip's course, and that's the God's honest truth. I don't think I would have been as good at it if I hadn't become a trainer with the British School of Excellence, because I got the confidence. Like, I always knew I had the confidence and my self-esteem was satisfactory, but I just didn't have this, the skills, the words, the know-how. And I got that. 18 months ago when I met Philip. So I have to thank you yet again. So that's what the business is all about. And it's helping people coming from abroad, empowering them using confidence and obviously etiquette, manners and life skills, and helping them to put their best foot forward, letting them, everybody has something, everybody has a gift, everybody has those skills that we all want. We all feel, oh, maybe I can't do that. But this course gives them the skills. It empowers them and teaches them all about the Irish healthcare system, social etiquette, business etiquette. I also do a lovely module on self-care. I had to bring my nursing to this. I had to teach the students, in order for you to talk and do all the things you want to do clinically, you have to look after yourself. You have to exercise. You have to eat a well-balanced diet, and look after yourself. And then you can go on to do your communication, your business etiquette, all those other modules that Philip has instilled in me. So that is where I'm at the moment.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that, Philip.
Yeah, I just love what you're sharing there. Everything. It's not just about showing up every day. You've got to be a rounded person. You've got to be a whole person, and that is where you really do need to focus on. You need to be clear. You've got to bring your energy. You've got to bring your courage. You've got to bring your productivity, your psychology, your physiology, your productivity, your persuasion, your purpose, and your commitment. In every sense of the word, it's about showing up and bringing that amazing energy every day. And I know, Dr. Jacqueline, you 100% eat and breathe and sleep that one. And I know, Jacqueline, again, you 100% do exactly the same. And it's finding a very dynamic direction and a balance in life in order for us to be at our A game. And every day you've got to show up. What did you say to that, Dr. Jacqueline?
I just think it's interesting. We have two Jacquelines here, first of all.
I know, it's funny. It's very funny. My family actually call me Jackie a lot of the time.
Oh, they do? That's so
yeah.
funny. When I was younger, I was Jackie, and now I'm just Jacqueline. So
yeah, that's very nice.
The flip. So I think what you just said, Philip, is so relevant. I think we have to show up. And on the show we just had before this one, we were really talking about empathy, listening skills, and asking powerful questions when there's something that we don't understand about someone else, instead of judging them, instead of canceling them, asking powerful questions so that we can understand, not necessarily condone or agree, but understand the other person's perspective. And it sounds like, Jacqueline, with the work that you do with so many different people, there has to be a moment where someone might not be. I think there's something making noise on.
Don't, no scraping. Yeah. All right.
And I think that when people are getting to know another culture, there obviously will be things that they won't understand. And so that might be a great time to use etiquette and manners to ask questions. Well, why do they do things this way? And how can I help? Or how can I learn more about this? What are your thoughts, Jacqueline?
Yes, I think the whole cultural sensitivity and inclusivity is really to the fore now. I mean, the world is much smaller. People are coming from abroad, they're moving countries, regularly, and they're staying. And I think as as a healthcare professional working with multicultural people and teaching healthcare professionals who are going to be working, say, with Irish patients, that the importance of cultural sensitivity and understanding the culture, understanding the norms, the cultural norms, the language, all the little nitty gritties, and getting a huge view of that from being, from education. I mean, you can find all this out on the internet. We all know that. We can do courses, we can find information out on the internet without doing a course. But there's nothing like doing a proper course, getting a proper qualification, and feeling empowered yourself, so that then you can provide the culturally sensitive information to people that are needing that. So yes, I absolutely agree with you, Dr. Jacqueline. As we said, the world is smaller, cultures are combining, and we have to provide transcultural sensitive care. And when we're even talking to people, we need to know, who is that person? Where did they come from? What does that mean to me as a person using my own etiquette, manners, and life skills? And that I will feel at ease with that person because I know about where they come from. I have learned that because I have shown interest, again, which is manners. I want to put that person at ease. They're of a different culture to me. So let me understand where they come from. So I know what ticks their motor, or I know what I shouldn't talk about, if I was to be respectful of them, or what I am not to eat in their presence, or what I am not to order on a menu if it were to be disrespectful to that person. So yes, the world is smaller, much smaller. People from different cultures are side by side, working side by side in multidisciplinary teams. And it's important for us as, ordinary people who are trainers and working with students and doing our best to instill confidence in them regarding etiquette and manners, that we ourselves are culturally sensitive and we are providing the best information for them that is actually evidence-based. And you can never go far wrong when you are teaching somebody of a high level or of a whatever level it is, that you are using the best information, that it is evidence-based information, and it's not just something you pulled off the internet. And I think working with, or doing the Train the Trainer course with Philip Sykes, and all the information that I learned was all evidence-based. Everything I learned was not just pulled out of the sky. It was the best information, because when I decided to do the Train the Trainer course, I just didn't stumble upon the course. I actually researched all the courses there were to do, and this one shone out at me. And I have to say, I have really, really enjoyed the course, and I've actually transferred all those skills to my own business now, and people are enjoying it. People are lapping it up. Communication will always be the most important and fundamental part of anyone's life. And I think the pandemic shone a light on that and made us realize that, yes, face-to-face communication is mandatory. We need it to survive. All the older people that I was looking after, a lot of those people developed mental health issues. They became lonely, suffering from social isolation because they weren't getting out to meet people. So communication is key. With the whole, ubiquitous social media platforms that all our young people are on and our old people are on, that's pulling away from the charm of the old world being, left behind. So I think it's really good that we can improve people's communication and let them know, you can actually pull yourself away from these screens, and you can actually, yes, of course, digital communication is really, really important, but we don't want it to interfere with communication too much, So I don't know what else I was saying about that, but it's just the communication, as I said, is really, really important. And it's important that we keep talking to one another and know how to do that and make people feel at ease when we are communicating with them. Again, that goes back to manners. Manners and etiquette work hand in hand together. They're like a hand in a glove. And when I first did this course, I have to be honest, Philip, I was nearly embarrassed talking about etiquette, thinking, oh, top hats, gloves, gloved ladies, oh, that's old fashioned. But the more I delved into it, I realized, no, this is going back to respect and appreciation and just, being the best version of yourself by putting other people at ease. And that's really what I felt about that.
Lots of great points there. Thank you so much. We can delve into them after the break. We're going to take a quick break and hear from a couple of our sponsors, and then we'll be back. So do stay with us. Philip, anything you want to add before we go to commercial?
Yeah, I just really want to sort of drive a point through there that Jackie brought into play here. It's up to us as human beings to really go out there and research other people's cultures and really show an interest in other people's cultures. This will open doors for you that you will never begin to imagine it's just so powerful. And just even learning a few little bits of their language will make such a wonderful opportunity for you to connect with people. But let's take one thing into account. Never assume that other person is X, Y, or Z. Never make a judgment call. Never talk about something that it might be your opinion, but you don't know anything about that person. So, for example, Kerry and I, my wife and I, had a situation literally not so long ago. We were chatting to a really lovely person, and next minute this person starts just showering us with their opinion about what they don't believe in, what they like, and he hadn't taken into account that actually I'm voicing something and I don't know anything about who I'm speaking to or what their beliefs or what their sort of whole vision and focus or direction in life is. And we are so quick to, blurt things out without sort of observing the pause. And this is something, Dr. Jacqueline, you teach so beautifully in the Power of Listening, your beautiful, amazing Power of Listening program. And for anyone out there who hasn't done it yet, I've got into one series of it, and I'm just trying to make some time to complete the series. But I know some of our past students have gone through your program, Dr. Jacqueline, and the alumni I've met on that platform is outstanding. And if any of you out there really want to understand and just take what Jacqueline King, our beautiful, wonderful health care practitioner, has imparted with you, is one takeaway from today is really making an effort to go out there and learn about other people's cultures. And when you do that, you will find that you start to build and develop incredible relationships.
So well said. Thank you. That's a great way to go into the break. I really appreciate it. So let's take a look at our first clip. And this is a sponsorship from Diane Floyd Bain, one of our team members here. And then we'll take a look at one more and we'll be right back. Thank you.
Super.
Kapayapaan, kapayapaan, kapayapaan.
Diane Floyd Bain's A Song of Peace tells the story of a young lad named Tommy whose fervent wish for peace on earth touches the hearts of his friends and family, spreads to his community, and eventually unites the whole world around making his dream of peace a reality for everyone. Sit down with the children in your life and share Tommy's amazing story of love and hope. Sing your own song of peace and invite the children to join you. Tommy's tale is more than just a story. It's a movement, and everyone's warmly welcome to take part.
Kapayapaan, 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 kapayapaan.
You'll find A Song of Peace, along with many other wonderful learning and enriching opportunities for children of all ages, at DianeFloydBain.com.
The session that we had with BCAT was really entertaining and enlightening. We were able to put together some very specific steps that we as individuals can take, and it was really fun to all come together and see sort of where we're going as a team and how we can all get there together.
We had a tremendous experience with the BCAT partners. One of the challenges that we have as an organization is to make sure that we have the right people in the right chairs doing the right thing. To do that well, you have to have synergy. You can try to dream up ways to make sure that your group does that, or you can rely on experts. We would recommend BCAT partners to anybody who's looking to take their organization to the next level.
Who literally was there at one stage of his or her life. And this is something that by continuing this professional development, which is something we advocate, I continuously go on programs. I know you do, Dr. Jacqueline, I know, Jacqueline, you do as well. But, you know, having the privilege to work with people with a beautiful experience, background, who just bring their A game every single time to our trainer programs. It's a joy. It's an absolute joy. And to get this feedback, and I know it comes from Jacqueline's heart and her experience, it means the world to me, because this is what we are all about. This is about giving everyone we can that walks across or through the door of our organization this amazing ability to go out there with great confidence to help other people and change other people's lives. And we support that. We're behind them every step of the way as an organization. The door never closes. So thank you, Jacqueline. It's such a pleasure and honor to have you in our lives.
I feel that, you know, when you are given the confidence yourself to empower other people, then you can then start making a change. You feel you're making a change in the world. So I feel if every one of us were to make small changes for other people, or even, you know, just make small changes in life, we may, as you said before, Philip, set the world in the best direction or in the right direction. And, you know, I remember I worked with a girl, and she was a foreign girl, and I worked with her in Ireland, and she was so lacking in confidence, and she had such potential. And I worked alongside her during the pandemic over the phone, on the telephone. And after, I'd say about maybe 7 phone calls of, you know, maybe 40 minutes in each phone call, I could suddenly see that she was beginning to unfold, and her layers were kind of being peeled back, and her, you know, I could see the middle of her, shall I say, was beginning to blossom. And after a certain length of time, she was then capable and ready to go for interview and to be successful in her professional life. And that is a true story. And that was being empowered with confidence and using etiquette, manners and life skills. That is a classic example of somebody who blossomed from being shy, lacking in confidence, not really knowing her way, not sure of socio-cultural norms and traditions and values in this country. And by given those tools, using etiquette, manners and those life skills, she blossomed to be the best version of herself. She was capable of going for interviews, being confident, getting the job, and then, training other people. So it is just an example of what the power of etiquette, manners and life skills can do for a person. And that's just one person. So I firmly believe in this. I'm here because I trust this and I believe in it, and I feel it can change people's lives and set the world in a good direction.
Your passion definitely comes through, and congratulations on helping that person and the person in turn helping other people. Philip,
Yes.
as we are in the last few minutes of our show, what would you like to focus on before we close out?
Well, I just feel that when you sort of understand how relevant etiquette and manners are and how it's there to guide us and steer us, and we get rid of all the sort of misguided myths about etiquette and manners, because people don't understand it. Let's take one thing on board in this world. When you don't understand something, do some research on it. See the benefit of certain things. Go dig deep into things. Don't just take someone's word for it. Don't just listen to the noises that people are making. If someone gives you an opinion, that's all fine. But don't ever feel that you've got to take that guidance and steering if someone's giving you an opinion, for example. Everyone, don't do that, Dr. Jacqueline. Definitely, I wouldn't start the show. There's no way I would do that. Well, hold on, that's your opinion. Actually use that as fuel to ignite you, to move you forward. That's what you should be doing. And again, really understand and embrace that at the end of the day, through this incredible, fast-paced world we live in the fourth industrial revolution, more so than ever before, having these phenomenal skills is going to help you elevate yourself way beyond your wildest dreams. But you've got to absolutely believe in yourself. You've got to dream it, you've got to speak it, and you've got to hold it in your hand. That is something I really want people to take on board.
Brilliant. Thank you. Jacqueline, would you like to comment on that?
I agree. Well, I suppose I would absolutely agree with everything Philip has said, because I have students that are living proof of that. And I feel I'm living proof of that myself. I was always, confident, and I was always a good communicator. I get that from my mother with her very, very heavy duty phone bills. And even when I was a small girl in my primary school, I was asked to answer the telephone. So I've always enjoyed communication. The school telephone where you'd have to say the name of the school and go and get the teacher. So I would have done that. And I always enjoyed the telephone and the chat and the whole lot. But this is a different type of communication. I suppose it's just a little bit more specific, and it's more focusing on the needs of the people that you're talking to. It's empowering people by using communication skills and etiquette and manners, and then life skills, which are very, very varied. So it's about business etiquette, it's about self-care, it's about understanding the industry that the person may be delving into when they come here to Ireland or any other country. So it's all relevant. It's all about relevance, and it's all about, on a final note, it's all about communication, inclusivity, diversity, and equality, and pulling all the pieces together and allowing that person, having respect for the person you're dealing with and allowing them to shine for the best reasons. And as a trainer and as a school, that you are aware of all of those different facets of that person's personality and well-being. So I think it's really important that we are sensitive to the people we're dealing with, whether we're training or whether they are working, for whatever the reason is.
Jacqueline, thank you so much. It's been such an honor to have you with us today and share all this fantastic information. For people who want to reach out to you, what's the best way for them to contact you, and who would you like to reach out?
Well, I would like to reach out to medical students and international medical professionals coming to Ireland to work and study in our country. And I would promise them to help them to immerse themselves into Irish culture and society more easily. Like, let's face it, when somebody comes to a new country, they're going to get to where they want to get eventually. But when they do the course with me, they will accelerate their path much faster, because they will be given the tools to help them in their career and their social life and their family life. So they'll be empowered, and that empowerment will be carried out using, as I said, etiquette, manners, and life skills, and they'll have more confidence. And they don't have to be lacking in confidence, but you do find a lot of people, when they do move countries, they do lack a little bit of confidence because of all the hurdles that and the challenges that are ahead of them, and the ups and downs of moving country, which sounds amazing in the beginning. When you peel back all the layers, it can be very, very challenging, and those people can end up with mental health issues if they don't address all the things all the obstacles that they may find in their way. So it's to help people coming to Ireland from abroad.
Thank you, Jacqueline. And we have your email address for people on the
Yes.
radio. It's info
Yes.
at Jacqueline King. Her name is spelled JACQUELINEKING.IE. So thank you again, Jacqueline, for being here. And
thank you very much indeed. And thank you for having me. Yes.
It's our pleasure. Philip?
Jacqueline, you summed that last bit up so beautifully. And I can't, firstly, I'm just so overly proud of how you've just taken the bull by the horns and embraced this, and you are just doing the most incredible work, not only in your so-called found occupation, but the new found occupation, and the combination of bringing them together is phenomenal. And I just salute you, and I thank you for all that you're doing, and I can't wait to connect with you very soon, and also to talk about the winning horse race. Dr. Jacqueline's a keen horse race goer, and
yes,
it's the most beautiful, beautiful picture of her in the lineup of one of the ladies' days, and looked just amazing.
Thank you very much. That was just, I'll tell you, that was pulled together. I didn't even get my hair done, but it was great fun. We went to the horse racing and a horse racing event in just outside Dublin there about 2 weeks ago, Dr. Jacqueline. And they have a ladies' day, every day. And then every day a lady is picked to have the best outfit. And then on the final day, all the finalists that have won every day are then on the final day, there's one winner. So I got to the first stage where I was chosen to be a runner-up, but a finalist, no less. But it was fantastic because the girls there were just lovely. You were just on a little bit of a podium, and they were all there, all in their finery, including myself. And it was just different, to be pulled out of the crowd. Oh, what are you wearing? Oh, that looks lovely on you. But again, all this came, and I've always been like that, in fairness, but the fact I did the course with Philip, that helped. It all helps, where you feel empowered and confident. So yes. There you go, Philip. Thank you.
Thank you. It's so lovely to see you. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
So thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Philip, I know you have a meeting to go to, so I'm going to spotlight you. What is your way to close out the show and take people into the weekend?
Great. I just want to share with everybody out there, be the best you can possibly be. Live and embrace each day. Bring your energy, not just where you work and where you socialize. Be consistent in your life. The power of etiquette and manners will change relationships. Bring your EQ to the forefront, your emotional intelligence, and your life will change. And I promise you that. I'm living proof of it. I promise you, that's for sure. And we have a phenomenal track record as an organization for giving people that ability to take that material and implement it in their lives and move forward. And only you can do that at the end of the day. We can give you those amazing tools, but at the end of the day, you've got to jump out of that aircraft and build the parachute on the way down. I'm leaving you with that thought for the weekend from the British School of Excellence. Please reach out to us on any level, and we would love to engage with you.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Philip. It's been wonderful seeing you and having you here on stage with me again. I look forward to the next time. I don't know if it's next week or whenever it is, but it will be a blessing. Yes, next week.
Rolling. Absolutely.
All right, fabulous. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll speak with you soon.
So good to see you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you to each and every one of you who are watching our show or listening to our show live right now, or maybe it's on the replay. If you'd like to be a guest on this show or any of our 20 to 25 live broadcasts we have every week, please go over to our website, usaglobaltv.com, and you can book your session there. Our next show is coming up in less than 15 minutes. It's Talking Heads. Our platform for Talking Heads is where experts come from around the world. They have their own 30-minute show, and they present something to make us better personally and or professionally. Joining us today is Christine Amy Artner, and she's in Vienna. And we will be back, as I mentioned, shortly. I'll run over to the other studio. You stay where you are. So thank you to Jacqueline King, and thank you to Philip Sykes, and thank you to each and every one of you. I'll see you shortly. Bye.